You're listening to The Babbers Show on Ujima Radio 98 FM in Bristol, presented today by Judith Brown, but this is Tony Coll chipping in with some important news for dementia sufferers and anyone caring for them. A dementia carer in Bristol, Tony Hall, has organised 2 webinars called Caring in Lockdown, which it could be well worth your while to attend, by which I mean, of course, attend online. There'll be advice and practical tips from a range of experts on how to cope in this challenging time. I asked Tony to explain the thinking behind the webinars.
What we want to do is talk about how carers and people with dementia are actually coping with this. The man in the street might be totally confused, but certainly people with dementia are even more confused. Why can't I see my family? Why can't I see my friends? Why is the people that look after me the closest, why are they all wearing masks? What's wrong with me? Why? I mean, some people are actually coming in dressed like astronauts. What's going on?
It's very difficult. I mean, do you have any answers to those things? I mean, it's just impossible, isn't it?
Well, it is. I mean, we just have to cope the best we can. And I mean, one of the things they really miss is the importance of touch and hugs. You know, speaking to one of your family members through a glass window, okay, you can see them, but you can't actually feel them, touch them, and show your normal emotions to them. And they miss that. So, I mean, I think we're doing the best we can. We're trying to keep in contact with people. But I think one of the major things that we've noticed is the importance of touch and feeling and hugs. So, I mean, one of the things we're doing is we run a memory cafe. Well, first of all our volunteers have got a few people to ring each week, so we're keeping in contact with them so that they don't feel isolated or lonely. We're making sure that they've got their basic needs, so we're trying to cover that. And also the council and various other groups are helping to provide their basic needs. So is this actually the people with dementia that you're phoning, or is it the carers that you're phoning to make sure that they're all... Both. Yeah. Both. Because, you know, the carers feel isolated as well, because carers are on duty at the moment 24/7. I mean, I am. My wife goes to a day centre twice a week. We go singing for the brain Wednesday mornings. We also run a memory cafe once a month. Well, all those activities are stopped. And so that confuses her as well, because she's saying, you know, well, she's not saying anything because she can't speak to me anymore, but you can see the confusion in her eyes, what's going on. And of course, the way it's affected her is she's become a lot more clingy, because she feels insecure. Things have changed. Why have they changed? And the way it affects her affects other people with dementia as well, and their carers, because their carers are on duty 24/7. They don't mind caring, but they need just a bit of time off. And a lot of carers are exhausted because they've had no respite for 3 months.
It's a situation that I can't imagine. When a person has dementia, I mean, what's the first sign? I mean, I know you've been caring for your wife for many years now, haven't you? But so how does it start that you become the carer? Do you gradually slip into it?
It starts in different ways. It can start with short-term memory problem. I mean, in Barbara's case, she said to me, do you know, I can't remember the children's birthdays. What mother can't remember her children's birthdays? I brought them into the world. So I said to her, well, if you're worried about it, let's go and see the GP. And that was the start of it.
And this was many years ago, was it?
This was in 1999.
Wow. And is she, sorry, this is a terrible question, but is she still her? Is she still recognisable, the person that you always knew?
Oh, she looks like Barbara, but she doesn't act like Barbara. The Barbara that I fell in love with isn't there anymore because the dementia has affected, you know, her brain and the way she functions. I mean, she doesn't She doesn't recognise our grandchildren, for example, or our children, which is a bit difficult. She recognises me because I live with her all the time, and so she knows I'm the one that gets her up in the morning, dresses her, gives her food, and generally cares for her. But she doesn't. She's not the person she was, no. And also, she can't talk anymore. She lost that about 2 years ago, and she's also lost the ability to walk now. She's actually in a wheelchair.
Oh. And do you have any help with her at all?
Don't have any help at home, but she does go to a day centre twice a week. So I leave it. I drop her off about 9, and I pick her up about 4. So I have those few hours when I can do things that I don't need Barbara with me for. If I want to go for a haircut, I'll go while she's at the day centre.
So how do you think your webinars can help people who are in a similar situation to yourself?
Well, we want to talk about what is available to help people. Carers want to know that they're not on their own, that they have got some support by fellow carers, by community workers, by people working with carers and people working with dementia. So one of the things we want to do at the webinar is to just say what is available. Not just now during lockdown, but also as lockdown eases and we go back to some sense of normality, what is available then.
What kind of things are available?
Well, there are things like support groups for carers. There are singing for the brain sessions. There are memory casts. There's a group that has tea dancing. Once a fortnight now. But there are groups coming into being. Certainly, they've been coming into being over the last few years, and more are springing up. And as BDIA, our charity, we're helping them to form those groups. We're also working with community workers who want to or are already working with people with dementia. We're helping them to understand a little bit about the dementia that their people have got, and also how to look after them, how to support and manage them.
Do you think it's helpful for carers to talk to other carers, share experiences?
Absolutely. Before running the charity, I used to go to a carer support group once a month. And we'd go along and spend 2 hours together, share our concerns, our frustrations. We could scream together, we could cry together, we could laugh together, we could do everything. But what was said in the room stayed in the room. It was totally confidential. And so people felt free to actually explode in that room, knowing that everybody in the room totally understood where they were coming from.
Wow. What, another awful question, but what keeps you going?
What's the alternative? I know, I mean, in my case, when Barbara and I got married, we took our marriage vow seriously. When it said in sickness and in health, well, we've had the years of health, we're now in the years of sickness. So she's ill. If it was the other way around, I know that she'd look after me, but it's this way around, so get on with it.
Oh, well, I wish you every success with the webinars, Tony, and thank you very much for talking to me.
That's all right, you're very welcome.
Those 2 webinars are called Caring in Lockdown. They're free to attend and they're taking place this Wednesday morning, June the 24th, between 11 and 12, and next Wednesday afternoon, July the 1st, between 2 and 3. To book tickets, go into any search engine and type Eventbrite Caring in Lockdown Tickets. That's Eventbrite Caring in Lockdown Tickets, and that will take you to the booking page. Or if you're less tech savvy, telephone 0117 377 4756. That's 0117 377 4756. Or email info@aliveactivities.org. That's info@aliveactivities.org. That's Alive Activities, all spelt as one word.